Could you give me 2 minutes? I will.
Actually, as he is facing some network issue, just give us 2 minutes. She will join back.
Sure, Deepak.
Thanks.
Am I audible now?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Sorry for the delay. My laptop just crashed. I'm really sorry for this.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, carry on.
Firstly, I wanted to know, could you tell us a little about your business model and what is the product or service that you provide?
Srimata, we are in NBFC MFI.
Right.
Started in 2019 with an
Right.
NBFC after getting the license. Our model is purely in JLG. So we source loans in group model Then this personal loan is booked in individual name. Then our branches are spread across 6 states now. The 6 states we have 173 branches. All branch are headed by brancher with some 4 to 5 customer relationship officer will name them as CRO. Then there are around 5 to 6 such branches monitored by one area head, and 4 to 5 such area are monitored by one cluster head.
Got it.
And all these loans are micro loans as of now. We experimented with a bit of secured MSME in select branches. The resources there, like manpower, are dedicated to these SME loans only. They are all secured and unsecured mix. We
Right.
started in last 4-5 months back, and we are doing that in Bengal and Odisha.
Got it, sir.
Typical loan size in micro loan varies between 20,000 to 60,000 now. For MSME, we have kept that ticket up to 10 lakh rupees.
Sorry, sir, I didn't get the value. 10 lakh rupees, is it?
Up to 10 lakh rupees.
Got it.
And on funding side, for our own book, we are dependent on term loan, NCD, and our equity. Part of equity we are putting towards leverage in BC book, like support from entities like Jana, Avanti, CSB. They keep us leveraged fund through BC network. These branches, which are in BC and our own book, they are all segregated and there is exclusivity clause there.
Got it. And sir, when you had come into the market in 2019, what was the vacuum that you had seen, or what was the specific purpose that you had come in for? Or was there anything which set you apart from the other companies which are in the market and other NBFCs which are in the market?
When we started by both the bankers, including me and Rahul Joy, our chairman. We were
Right.
in this place for more than 2 decades.
Okay.
And thought of moving out and starting this because of 2 reasons. One is it gives back to society, that is major one. Second one, it's a sustainable model. You can earn your money here also. Due to that reason, all private sector banks, CV executives, they joined us in supporting with equity funds at the time.
Right.
That started, and we were thinking of taking it a mix of micro loan, MSME secure, a bit of PL, and it will be like all financial product through NBFC MFI.
Got it.
MFI we entered because MFI everything was regulated at the time. Your interest rate, your processing fee, the customer to whom you can lend. So in a regulator environment, we wanted to operate. That's why we've chosen NBFC MFI.
Got it. So, sir, if I had to ask you the number of small farmers or micro loans that you, like the number of people that you lend to in total, including MSMEs, what would that number be?
Total as of now, since inception, it will be more than 450,000 borrowers. But now active will be close to 150,000.
Okay.
MSME we have recently started, Srimadhan. We are experimenting on our system and processes.
Got it.
Where the total portfolio will be less than 1 crore.
Okay. Got it, sir. And if you had to tell me the amount of loan that you've gotten from Avanti, how much of that was given only for small shareholders, small and marginal farmers?
It will total to micro borrowers.
Right.
Micro borrowers, if we go to the farmer side and non-farm side, it will be around 80-20 ratio. Small and marginal will be like your lenders level, your small holders, everything that will comprise around 80% of the portfolio.
Okay.
Because the branches branches in which we are operating with them, Srinath, we are in semi-urban and rural. So we get this type of customers.
Got it. And do you know how many number of women are there, sir, in this? How many women do you lend to?
Srinath, we don't lend to male here. We lend to female only. All our customers.
100% female, is it? Sorry, sir, I didn't catch that earlier, right? Okay. And in terms of geographical areas, what all states is the company in right now as Vector Finance in the districts, the total number of districts and states, if you could give me an odd number?
Vector is operating in 7 states now. Recently, we have entered to Rajasthan.
Got it.
Major portfolio will be in Odisha. Then it will be MP, we have Tripura, we have Assam, West Bengal, and Chhattisgarh.
Got it. And in terms of the total number of owners or shareholders that the company has, sir, what is the total number?
Total number, I am not remember, but majority holding is with Rahul Johri, who is our executive chairman.
Right.
Holding around 40% there. Then one of our investor who holds around 18, another investor holds around 15%. Remaining all are retail. So those are all ticket of around 15 lakh to 2 crore.
Right, sir. And in terms of board of directors, you're saying it's 3 itself?
No, it will be 5 directors now.
Okay.
Me and Rahul Johri both are in executive role.
Right.
The remaining 3 are in non-executive. One is investor rep here also.
Got it. And how many women, how many of these are women, sir, amongst these 5?
Out of 5, one is a lady member.
Okay.
Who runs a large size retail tea estate.
Got it. And in terms of senior management, if you could give me a total, the number of employees in the senior level of management?
Sumanta, the numbers we have. Yeah. It's like the structure is like Srimata.
Right.
So our directors, we have one chief business officer who is supported by senior executives in head office. Then in field, we have 7 states, we have 8 cluster heads.
Right.
Below them, there are 24 branch area heads. Up to this, we will consider them as senior management. And we have functions like IT head, audit head, 2 more.
Got it.
Exact number I'll send it across through Divya.
Got it. And if you had to give me like a percentage of number of women in terms of the total number of employees in the organization, what would that be, sir?
That you will be able to explain that. Gargi?
Yes, sir. The total number of employees you are saying across Pan India we are operating.
Right. I was asking about the percentage of women.
Yeah, inclusive of field level employees and everything. It is.
Yeah. Inclusive of all.
You can say 8 to 8.5%.
Okay. And only in senior management, if you could give me an odd figure there.
In senior management is less. It's less. Percentage wise, you were asking, or this number of account, I can say.
Okay.
That will be more right, like in senior management, because department heads are there in this or women employees also.
Yes, sir.
It will be around 7, 8. So it will be not less than 10%.
More than 10%. In senior management, it's more.
Got it. Okay, sir. And in terms of your turnover for the last financial year, 24-25?
Last financial year, 25, we had a total book of 360 crore.
360 crore.
360 or 390 crore. Yeah, it's 390 crore.
Okay.
And
Right.
our total revenue that we booked was close to 27 crore. And part of course, because in this model of BC, we took a part of our revenue as cost reimbursement. That is close to around 14 crore. So it's
Uh,
around,
So what do you mean by reimbursement? I'm-
like say, we have dedicated like exclusive branches to our lending partners under the business correspondent agreement.
Right.
In this, certain BC partners, they prefer going for the cash reimbursement, salary reimbursement of employees who are operating with them.
Okay. Okay.
That total amount is around 14. So it's total turnover will be around 41, 42 crores.
Okay. Sir, and you said 390 crore. What was that number?
390 crore is our total AUM, asset under management. And total
Asset man-
revenue is around 42.
Total revenue is 42. Okay. Got it. And in terms of profitability, sir, what was your profit margin here for the last year?
Last year, Srinathar, looking at this market scenario,
Mm-hmm.
the board decided to go for aggressive provisioning of around 4 crore additional. So we booked a
Okay.
loss of around 2.5 crore.
2.5 crore.
Yeah, we have made around 90% of our book provisioning.
Got it.
With the additional provisioning removing, we will have a surplus of around 1.5 crore.
Okay. And sir, if you had to tell what was the impact of Avanti on the on like in general your turnover of the company, or in terms of profit?
With Avanti, we are operating in our Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Bengal.
Right.
Certain branches of Bengal and certain branches of Chhattisgarh. Odisha was their major book with us.
Right.
They have continuous support because they understand this microfinance space well.
Right.
So, in case of any policy requirement, in case somebody like regulator changes the policy or the company practices are somehow different from the policy prescribed by Avanti, then they are very lenient on accommodating all those requests.
Got it. Got it. And
Although
sir,
these are within our prescribed RBI policies always.
got
They're
it.
quite flexible and supporting every time.
Right. And sir, in terms of your fixed capital, what was the cost of establishing the organization in 2019?
We started with a capital base of around 21 crore at that time. I took
Right.
it up to 37. Latest, we are working on reverse merger process. One entity who is coming with a capital of around additional 40 crore.
Right.
Going with the reverse merger, we will continue with the name and management.
Okay.
Then resource mobilization support.
Got it. And sir, this 21 crore, how was this capital raised initially?
I contributed part of it. My chairman did some around 44% at that time was holding that.
Hmm.
And so one more partner who put 5.2 crore. Then our
Right.
friends and relatives come forward. In the entire capital table, you'll find all friends and relatives and one as NBFC support, right? That VT Capital who put investment in our company.
Vicky Capital, is it, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're saying that is Vicky Capital the first person that offered you a loan?
No, they are into equity side only. First loan came from Mass Financial.
Marsh Financial, is it? Okay.
Mass that Ahmedabad based on NBFC.
Right.
They gave us a check of 70 crore in 2-3 tranches. So we
Got it.
started keeping our book with them. Then other lenders, around 13, 14 lenders came forward. Post which we came across that COVID-19.
Right.
At that time, term loan dried up because our major support was from NBFCs.
Hmm.
NBFCs after exiting from this sector, that's how we entered to this partnership model, BC model.
Got it. And Marsh, what was the interest rate at which they provided you the loan, sir? Marsh Financial?
Mass was at 15.5, we're charging 26. So
Charging
motamoti
20,
10.5. Yeah.
sorry, I didn't understand the values. Could you repeat, sir?
That 15.5 was their interest rate, and we were charging customer 26%.
Okay, got it. So in terms of over like I think 6 years, what are the different assets that the organization has purchased or invested in?
I'm not purchasing anything, Srinath. Hope you should have purchased something. See, out of these 7 years,
Right.
2.5 years to 3 years is taken by COVID,
Right. Right.
which stood afloat.
Mm.
And after that, last 1.5 year, with this new guideline coming in, the
Right.
rejection levels are a bit high. But we are moving our business. Our presence is in semi-urban rural location.
Got it. Got it. So in terms of your working capital, what are if you had to categorize your expenditure into different boxes, what do you think is the one that occupies the most? Where do you spend the most?
Sorry, come again.
In terms of expenditure, sir, what is the primary area that you spend most amount of money on?
Majority around 70% of, rather now it's around 55-60% spam
Right.
is on people.
In terms of
So
salary,
business, yeah.
right? And if you had to give me like an average for a month or a week, how much would that amount to?
On amount,
Yeah, like the total amount, the average spending that the company has in a year or a week.
here out of that 42 crore, I've spent around 28-29 crore in advance.
Got it.
That number, that will be motamoti number.
Okay. Close to 29 crores. Right. And so when did your association with Avanti begin?
Avanti is a 4-year relationship now.
Right. And what was your primary reason of choosing Avanti over other financial institutions?
So Radha, Avanti has debt capital.
Sorry, sir, but I didn't catch the word.
Avanti has debt capital.
Okay.
Avanti's senior management is quite inclined towards this type of business.
Right.
Third one is their processes are very simple. Fourth
Right.
is it's end-to-end digitized.
Right.
Fifth, their support to us is tremendous at any point in time.
Got
They
it.
don't give major reaction in this support.
Got it. And how much fund was availed in your first year? So I just want to know one thing. Was it a revolving loan or was it a specific term loan that you had taken from Avanti?
These are all our business will correspondent tie-up. So
Correspondent tie-up.
sourcing customer on their behalf. The
Okay.
lending was happening directly to the customer.
Got it. And have you, so how many times since 2019 you're saying you've accessed the loan 4 times, is it?
So 4 relationships. So whether it's not like
Okay, you're saying okay, you forward the money, forward the loan to the end user. So
that's correct.
got it. And what is the what is the total amount of loan that you've given out through Avanti up until now?
Just a second. Our peak was somewhere close to 25 crore.
25.
So disbursement must have happened up to 65 crore.
Got it. And what is the interest rate that Avanti is charging for it?
Avanti was at Sumatra, I don't remember exactly the number. Yeah.
Okay. And what is the rate at which you're forwarding it to the customer, sir?
It's at 25.
25%. And broadly, you're giving it to women, and under that, is there any specific sector focus or any such criteria that you're giving the loan for?
For income generation, mix of farm, non-farm. Farm is very limited for us. It will be non-farm, agri, and remaining all are petty trades like petty vendors.
Got it. And in terms of non-farm, if you could give me an example of that as well.
It will be like your dairy, piggery. It's like
Also,
goats and
allied of agriculture and its allied is what non-farm.
like
Got it. And in terms of how, how many, if you could give me an odd percentage of the number of defaults that have happened, given that it's a correspondent tie-up?
close to see once we stop lending or once we slow down the lending last 1.5 years,
Right.
the default has gone up. Otherwise, it's be more than not more than 2%.
Got it. So do you think there was any effect on your credit worthiness after the correspondent tie-up with?
Exactly. See, this business correspondent is a source of funds for us.
Right.
Would have taken term loan always because
Correct.
this we have like four sources of funds with which we mobilize resources. One is our equity. Second one is term loan and cash credit that we mobilize. Third
Right.
one is business correspondent. Fourth one is our DA and PTCs. DA and PTC we are starting now because we have a sizable unencumbered book.
So what is the full form of DNPTC again?
This is the direct assignment and pass-through certificates.
Direct assignment,
And pass-through certificates.
personal certificates, right, sir. And so do you have,
Ask what is going to do with this data? It's a research or
right, so we were trying to understand the impact of the loan on the end user. In fact, we're trying to look at how providing if Avanti, we were doing interviews with different lenders. So under Avanti, we realized that the Vector Finance, UFin are other companies. So we wanted to understand if Avanti was giving money to a specific lender, what the impact is on the end user, as well as what the impact is overall on the NBFC setup. So that's broadly where we're trying to look at. Right. And so if I were to ask,
for
sorry.
better like impact, I
Right.
want to see the product of term loan also, Sumedha, because
Right.
in this BC partnership, we have a limitation on the purpose to
Correct.
which we lend. But NBFC MFI, they are supporting multiple products in field. That
Right.
one more product that can help them, rather strengthening the relationship.
Right. And so in terms of if you've gotten like, have you had this correspondent relationship with other organizations?
We do have. We have one large entity like Jana,
Janab. Okay.
like a small finance bank that support us.
Right. And are there any other term loans that you've taken from any other institution?
Term loan we took from Sivalik, we have Goshri, we have Rar, we have Jana also. We have taken loan from CSB.
Got it. And these were there was no correspondent thing. It was only term loans that you'd taken. from these organizations?
All Jana is with a term loan and BC both.
Okay.
RAR it's only term loan, Gosri it's only term loan, Sivalik it's only term loan, CSB it's a mix of term loan and BC.
Right. So if I had to ask you what your total fund requirement was, or the total number of amount of loan requirement that you had to provide to end users, what would that number be?
Come again, Sumita.
So your fund requirement, your total fund requirement, the
See,
amount that was
at the
raised.
current point in time, the rejection is a bit high.
Right.
So wherever we are sourcing 10 customers, we are able to disperse to 2, 3 customers maximum because of this over-indebtedness and the family income side.
Got it.
So the fund requirement, we have 173 branches.
Right.
We reduce our sourcing and concentrated on our portfolio quality. Suppose we have a wish to build our book. So monthly funding support will be somewhere close to 40 crore to us.
Right.
We have done a peak disbursement of 58 crore in a month with the same structure and same manpower. With
Got
this recent guideline coming in, 40 crore disbursement will be easy for us.
Got it. Got it. So in terms of women-related questions, I wanted to know, have how does your organization promote gender equality or empowering women? Are there specific initiatives that you've developed, or is it only through loans?
Only lending. The best part that we've done is our see, we have made one telecalling unit. It's a subsidiary of Vector.
Right.
There around 80% of our manpower are women.
Okay.
Here in this Vector, we have 100% as customer as women.
Right.
Our senior management, because the decision making role, we have kept around 10% of our resources women.
Got it. Got it. And so, what is the purpose of this telecalling unit?
So this gives you a feel of your prospective customers and existing customers on the organizational processes, whether the loan is reaching to them properly, whether our staff are able to reach to their places properly on time. In case there is default, in case there is any delayed payment from customer, whether this telecalling unit is adding any value.
Got it.
That's why
Got
we
it.
promoted this telecalling unit.
Got it. And so, if you had to tell me, since you mentioned about your telecalling unit, have you heard of? Could you tell me one or two success stories that you've come across in terms of how the loan has impacted women?
See, there
Since you mentioned about your telecalling unit, could you tell me one or two success stories that you've come across in terms of how the loan has impacted women?
See, there are multiple stories here. Huh?
Right.
Customers come up with, see, I'm in this sector for last 23 years. My initial loan to a branch, we gave around 2,000 rupees. At the time, 2,000 was the loan size.
Right.
We met the same set of customer when we were starting the organization. Then we
Right.
saw them borrowing 25, 30,000 rupees, and their enterprise has grown up. In recent past, we visited them.
Right.
We are seeing there is like the economic strata of that family. The customers saying in the family decision making that is improved. These are all surrogates that you can see while you are supporting through loans to any customer.
Right.
One is giving them direct benefits on their income. Second one is their social standing, because we're not giving loan to male members. The
Right.
women are borrowing from us. They have a different standing in the family now. If you'll see, the customers were coming to your place around 20 years back. They're not
Hmm.
very concerned about the process. Now, if you send a new resource, new field officer to their location, they'll teach you microfinance first. These are the impact that the sector has brought in, and these are the impact that Vector has brought into in the customer base.
Right. Sir, in terms of is there any mechanism through which you can record all of this or report this, monitor or report all of this, wherein you've seen like a change or an impact as such?
We've not done that impact evaluation as of now, but we normally verify the end use of the funds. What we see,
Right.
suppose when you earn 20,000 rupees, in case it's getting used for consumption purpose,
Right.
then there will be delayed payment from such customers. Then there will be negative impact on their family
Post.
income.
Correct. Correct.
In case that amount is getting used for an income generating enterprise, that enterprise will generate sufficient surplus to repay the loan.
Got it.
We
Got
had
it.
examples like so whether somebody has bought cow from your money, cow and calf has grown, they have stressed themselves because with only the milk, they can't repay the loan.
Right.
They have stressed their bit with the existing family income. They repaid that loan in 1 year time. At the year end, they have an asset of like one cow and a calf.
Right.
And the further revenue from that, either through selling the calf or next round of milking from that animal, that is the Sudha Munafa.
Right. Got it, sir. And in terms of bringing in more women into or providing loan just for women or creating a pipeline, have you faced any challenges in terms of creating that pipeline of women?
I don't think anyone is doing this.
Got it. And are there any products which you've designed, given that you're only providing loans to women, or any specific services that you've designed?
All small ticket loans.
Small ticket loans.
Yeah.
Got it. And in terms of what are your checks or mechanisms for due diligence, sir?
The first thing that we use now, and it's mandatory made by a regulator,
Right.
you have to use credit bureau data. You have to use surrogates to establish their income.
Surrogates, sir?
Yeah, like in a petty shop, you may not find all the records while assessing the loan.
Right.
But you can see what is the inventory there and what is the inventory movement there. You can arrive at their income.
Got
So
it.
they get resources to talk to customer while sourcing the loan.
Right. And what are the checks? Is it only in terms of how much money that they're getting and where they're spending, or is there any other mechanism?
Same thing as Dr. Gargi.
Yes, sir.
Any input here?
Sorry, Srimada, just repeat the question, please, for me.
In terms of due diligence,
Mhm.
what are the mechanisms that you use to check whether like a customer has the capability to repay the loan?
Due diligence when we are acquiring the customer, sourcing the customer, you are talking about?
Correct, yes.
Yeah, then the what is the RBI stipulated guideline? What are the regulations are there, like the income capability of the customer, and what is the expenditure, and the RBI stipulated guideline, as you know, there are some guardrails are there. So 12,500 if the customer is monthly repayment capacity, that is the strict guideline. And the whenever our CRO is sourcing any customer, that means the customer relationship officer sourcing a customer, they are strictly following that guidelines, income, expenditure. There is a thorough assessment on that. And nonetheless, they are also visiting the customer's house, their financial, how they are financially stable, what are their present livelihood. So all these things we are doing. Basically, this is a total family kind of thing. How many children are there? What are their educational capability? Everything we are just checking. So it's due diligence, and due diligence is being done thoroughly while we are sourcing a customer, and above all, as our CEO has said, that CIBIL, I mean the credit score, that is also being assessed.
Got it. Sir, in terms of climate smart agriculture and other allied activities, if you could give me like a proportion saying X amount of money has gone into agriculture and X into allied activities, what would that be?
That data actually available, sir. I will pass it on to you through Divya.
Uh, Sorry, sir, I didn't get you. Your voice was not audible.
I don't know if that data are readily available with me now.
Okay. That's completely fine. And sir, in terms of the onboarding process, could you give me a brief about how your experience with Avanti has been and what the onboarding process looked like for you?
What do they straight through? See, they have their own software.
Right.
What is the customer details? In case that customer goes through the credit norms, then it allows us to move ahead with necessary training and document execution. Post which, after bank account verification, they restore to the customer directly.
Okay.
Well, straight through simple process, Nimada. And
Got it.
very
So,
user friendly at staff
it's,
level.
it's entirely digitized and it makes
That's
sense. Got it. And is there any reporting mechanism that Avanti has asked you to put in place?
Rather, they provide us all this detail on daily basis.
Okay.
Once,
So
this,
the
once the demand and recovery starts,
Hmm.
every day we start getting the demand date.
Got it.
His voice is breaking, sir.
Right?
So I think there's a slight voice issue, but I think we can oddly hear it. So in terms of value addition, sir, what has your overall experience been with Avanti?
Our support in establishing our collection channel,
Right.
that is really very helpful to us. There is a senior team, like who are very experienced in collection. Collection means overdue collections. They
Got
keep on supporting us with data and their inputs on a regular basis. See, the sector is evolving now, Srivada. That has gone through a rough phase in last 6-7 years.
Right.
But what checks and balances we with Avanti are putting now, that will have a long-term impact. That's one thing that we appreciate always.
Right. And sir, in terms of your commission contribution, Between Avanti and you, what is the percentage?
Yes, it's 7.5.
7.5. Right. And if are there any challenges that you've faced with Avanti, or any challenges that the end users have spoken to you about?
No, as of now, we don't face any challenges with Avanti.
Right. And are there any other requirements or any other expectations you have from Avanti, or anything that you want Avanti to do, which would help your processes?
Sorry, please tell me.
Any specific activity or any specific product that you want Avanti to help you out with, either for easing your purpose of gaining a loan, or any other activity, sir?
We're talking to them for one MSME co-lending product. So
Okay,
I think that's in the advanced stage and we'll be able to do that.
right. And sir, if you could mention, has your relationship with Avanti evolved in terms of, you mentioned about the correspondent tie-up, and now you're saying there's an MSME product. So broadly, if you could tell me how your relationship has evolved since 2021 or 29, whenever, since the past 4 years that you've had this tie-up going on.
Started with microloans. Sumatra.
Okay. And now it's moved on to MSME products.
Now it's going to MSME.
Got it.
Then
And-
we'll do a bit of co-lending.
Right,
MSME, microloans both.
right. And this is the new product that you're testing out in Bengal and the other state.
Odisha. That's the
Odisha.
MSME.
Got it. Right. I think, sir, we've come to the end of the discussion. If you have questions to ask, if you have anything that you want to know from us as Sambodhi.
Sumatra, I have spoken to multiple MFIs as of now.
Right, sir.
But the normal feel that they are having on bounce back of this sector.
In terms of how, like, are you talking about what they see the sector is going through? Is that what you're asking?
Not on C. C is normally fixed now. It's gone beyond 99.
Right.
Now it's on like fresh disbursement, portfolio growth, acquiring of customers.
So broadly, all the organizations that we've spoken to, they've said one thing in common is that there is a pipeline, there is definitely a lot of demand, but they're a little skeptical given the crisis that's going on in the sector, that they're not able to lend enough. So,
But similarly, we see that as an opportunity actually. In case you have resources now,
right,
you have customers maturing who are paying you regularly and their loans are getting closed. So in case you have resources, you can start deploying there.
so the problem that at least they had mentioned about was mostly associated with farmers in specific areas where markets had crashed. So there was honestly nothing, like there was no solid solution that they were looking at, and which is why they weren't even looking at this entire thing as an opportunity, like you're saying. They were looking at it as a problem. So that answers your query.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gargi. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Divyadarshan, for arranging this.
Nice talking.
Thank you, Chandana. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much. Divyadarshan, if you could share the recording after the call.
Sure, I'll share it with you.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. And I remember there were 4, right? There's another borrower that.
So yeah, so actually fourth one, Leaf, that is actually a rundown partner. So we are actually on the verge of closing out our portfolio with them. So there it might not be this thing to.
Responsive.
Yeah.
Got it. Right. Yeah, I think then that's about it. Then
So yeah, we have finished. I think all
Right.
our this.
yes, we'll inform Dheeraj as well. Thank you so much for getting this. This was great. The
Sure,
other
sure.
organizations, it's been a hassle getting the data the scheduling a call itself has been a tough thing with them. So I think this is we're very, very grateful. Thank you so much.
I just wanted to check. I think you also wanted to visit the field, like the end borrowers in some of the places. Anything on
Right,
that?
right. Yes. If you could let me know the different states that these organizations work in. Like I know the different states that Vector is working in because of the conversation, but the rest, if you could let us know, depending
I
on
think
that.
the data it already had that, right? No,
Sorry,
the data that we had shared, I think that already had the details.
but it
Right?
mentioned one specific state. Because right now over the call, I'd heard like a bunch of states. It was not just the headquarters where they're in.
Yeah, that is where the headquarters. One thing, no, the borrower level data that we had, I think
Right.
that had the details like state-wise. One second, I'm just one second. I'm just pulling.
Yeah, I remember in that. I remember in the first MIS data that you had shared, there was phone numbers, there was the district that they were in.
Yeah.
So I think we can go through that and we'll let you know. I think
Yeah.
that's the data, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the data. Yeah.
Yeah. I think then there's nothing else to follow up. If there's anything, I will definitely let you know.
Okay, sure.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all this. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.